Good morning, friend. I am Neeraj Kumar Dinkar. Today we are going to discuss about the how to develop a good environment, health, safety culture at constructions project and any industry project. If you have working in constructions project as a safety professional, then you must be know what is the system, how to development, and what you have to have in your hand. Then you can implement a good environment, health, safety cultures in your workplace. So this is very important because of ILO also focusing on that points needs to be improvement, needs to who have to have in an organizations what are going to develop a good environment, health safety culture. So guys, first you, if you are working as safety professionals, then you must have to have one EHS policy. EHS policy is very important for improvement good in good health safety cultures because of there are commitments of senior managing director. So first OHS policy must be available and must be incorporated by the your organization. Second, you have to have a strong EHS plan. EHS plans must have to have strong whatever the what are the all entire things will be considered in your EHS plan, and strong management commitment as earlier told about the EHS policy. So strong commitments by the top level is very important to improvements a good environment, health safety cultures in your organizations. Next is appropriate resource. Appropriate resource must be available. Suppose that you want to entice anything, if you resource man movement, man mobilizations and materials, locations, everything, so resource must be available, so then you can improve a good environment, health safety cultures at your workplace. And systematic training programs must be conducted, and must you have to have a training models entire the activity what are going on your workplace. So this very effectiveness and this is very helpful to you toward the improvements good health safety cultures. And next is their effective monitoring and performance evaluations. How to reporting performance, how to effectiveness monitoring systems and performance evaluations, reporting performance. This is very important to help you develop good health safety cultures. Suppose that your observations report, suppose that your communications, that all are must be in place with a good manner. Don't want to anything, so you have to in place. Needs to be systematic approach to work, needs to be effective monitoring and reporting performance system. Suppose that you are working in your positions, there are no one to them control to you, so need to be controls by the and reporting by the safety performance to. Suppose that you are working on project, then you must be reporting to your HOD, so that can that can be measures your EHS performance. Suppose that I am working, my boss is also taking a review OHS performance, what you are doing. So that is very important to reporting performance systems will be in place. And second and next is there review, process review and enhancement. Process review must be your, suppose that you are going to auditing. Auditing is a process of improvements and gap analysis. So this will be very important and very must have to your organization. As per the ILO, you know that as per the ILO also focusing on the plan, do, check at PDCA cycle. If you are working as safety professional, then you are aware. We hope you are aware about the PDCA cycle. What is the PDCA? PDCA means first is plan, D means do, C means check, A act, and cycle that call are review to entire your systems in surrounding the PDCA cycle. So this is a management system. This is a EHS, that is a EHS management system how to improvement your safety in your workplace. So what you want to, how to analyze, how to do plan, do, check, act. What is this? So you must have to plan. If you are working as safety professional, then you must have to have a proper plan. Plans means identify and define the problem. What is the plan? Planning. Suppose that one example share with you. If you are going to, if you have planned to go someone marriage in your native place, then first you have keep in mind, you have to have, if you are going to, if you have planned to go attend the marriage, then you must have to train ticket and flight ticket, because this is very important. This is part of your duty. If you don't have a tickets, then how to go? So everyone's planning before starting the activity, before any drawings, first you keep in mind. You can think about, if you want to earlier morning 9:30 you will reach the office, then you must be prepared. You must have to consider your walkway, how many distance are there, how to prepare, and when will we leaving from home to and go reach on side 9:30. So must be planned. So planning is a part of thinking. What is the plan? Plans think in minds before applying anything. Think in your minds, then you can apply that called planning. Planning means identify and define the problem. Second thing is that determine the root cause the problem. That called plan. Whatever what you have to plan. If you are going to start any activity, then you must have to have plan. And because of planning, if you have plan, there are two types of actives and reactive. So your safety plan, EHS plans must be prepared before you start any activity, and there are all our scenario described in your plan. Accordingly, entire project with penalty clauses. If you are a working safety professional, then you also prepare the plans, because of this very important part of develop a good health safety culture. So plan. First you have discussed about the plan. Do. What is do? PDCA cycles. We are talking about the PDCA cycle. Plan means planning. Strong. You must have to plan and do. What you do? Find solutions and identify them. Identify problem. Test solutions and small scale, and measure the results. Different solutions means you can say find solutions, identify the problem. find solutions. If you do means if you are going to work, if you have a plan, then you are going to operational work, then you have to find the problem and identify the problems and how to resolve them. That means do test solution a small scale. You can so after that do that call operational work, and after that check your work. If you have operational works, then you must be checked the as per accordingly your plan. If you have planned it to work, then accordingly plan you are doing or not doing. So that is a part of checkpoints. Suppose that you have a safety observation systems, you have the monitoring audit system. That is also part of check. And after that improvements, check, plan, do, check, act. Act means actions. Need to be actions. If you have check observation, then you need to be act on this specific observation. And compare with the legal also. If you are going to work or some legal reference, suppose that ISO 45001, suppose that you are BOCW Act 1996 and BOCW Central Rules 1998, also you are considering. So that is part of PDCA cycle. Plan, do, check, act. So if you are going to improvement based on the PDCA cycle, then you must be know about the policy. That policy is a part of planning. What as the policy, OHS policy answer the you have to have policy. What are written in the policy? Intended. What is the intended of organizations? What are thinking about the organizations? What are the commitment about the occupational health safety management system? How to improvement good health safety cultures? There are also commitment and incorporated in the EHS policy by the managing director. And how to reduce the accident, how to reduce the risk, how to mitigate the risk, that all are considered in OHS policy. So this is a part of planning. And after that, organizing. How to plan organizing. How to organize in the plan. If you have a EHS plans, then organize. This is part of also planning. How to organize. Organize means you have to have responsibility to all entire team. If you have a EHS policy, then you cannot achievements only one person. There are need to be involvement all those persons, those people are working in your organization. So organizations must be define the responsibility, accountability and authority to improvements. Otherwise nothing is possible to achievements. So you must have to have accountability, responsibility, authority to all entire teams regulated the occupational health safety management, so how to improvement. So this is also part of planning. So plannings, and next we are going to discuss about the planning and implementations, that is called of do. So planning and implementations, operations, that is a part of operations, that is call of doer. So in sessions, the implied develop plan and systematic approach to effective implementations of OHS system. Because plans are developed and prioritized based on deficiency from the initial review. Means if you are going to do that work, then you must be initial review. Because of if you have a plan and if you are going to accordingly the plan you are going to work on the project, then you must be initial review what are going on. So that is a part of planning and implementation. Suppose that you have make a scaffolding, you have planned to erect a scaffolding, you have a method statements, you have HIRA, all those what are the requirements you have, But if you are going to start the scaffolding erections work, then you must be initial instructions what are going on. I accordingly the plan work ongoing or not. That is part of doer and that is part of also checker evaluations. So this next we have discussed about the evaluations, that is part of checkpoint. This section deal with the major monitorings. Major monitorings help performance and reveal when were the improvements. There are two types of two types of evaluations. First is there active monitoring and second is there reactive monitoring. So there are two types of active and reactive monitoring. Active means active monitoring means you are going to observations. You have to observations. You have to safety audit systems. You have to safety trainings. You have to near miss accidents reporting systems. That all are considered in the active monitoring because of these are things proactively monitoring. You are taking effort about the safety. That is called of active monitoring. Reactive monitoring, you have observed first aid cases, you have observed accidents, you have observed the safety non-compliances. After that you are going to compliance, that called reactive monitoring because you are not taking effort. So that is called of reactive monitoring. That is also part of the evaluations performance. This is also part of the checkpoints. So next is checkpoint audit system. Audit system is very important in your construction project if you are going to work, because of audit is a very important in quarterly basis. That is also part of improvements. And where is the gap analysis, then find out in the audit systems what you have to planning, then you are going to work or not. So the audit system, audit must be free from freedom, not any under controls. That is part of also evaluations of organization. So if you are working a safety profession, then you must be know how to PDCA cycles working entire the work and how to improvements good health safety cultures. Next is actions of improvements, that call act. Act means there are two types of after the accident. Suppose that you are going to observe anything. Suppose that you have observed the near miss cases, then you have must be CAPA, corrective action and preventive actions. That is also part of act. Corrective actions, what the corrective actions, your first based on past observations, and what is the preventive actions based on futurist, what you are going to work and preventive actions in your futures. For examples, if you are going to riding on bike, then long term, then bike your stop in middle of the road, then what you are going to do next time? So you have corrective actions. So bike needs to be removed from the middle sides, and after that check the spark and replace the carbonite spark, and in your futures needs to be keep in one spark which are the one spark plug for long journey. That is a part of futurist. So that is also improvements. You must be have to have good safety systems. Next is their continual improvement. Entire that above the discuss, as earlier discussed, that all are depend on the continual improvements. Needs to be take efforts and entire that planning, do, check, act, cycle, do the work. Thanks for watching my video.